Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro opened to dialogue to resolve the political crisis in his country. And in sport, West Indies name an unchanged squad for the second test against England. I'm Ricardo Roberts, and this is Caribbean in 10 for Tuesday, January 29, 2019. I'll be back with the details after the break.
You know, there are about 1 million people who will soon not get a paycheck. The president and members of Congress live in such an isolated world. They have no idea how real people live. I mean, just the mental stress, the anguish of not getting paid, not going to work. Your whole life is disrupted because you're not usually at home. You're probably arguing with your spouse.
Today we're here talking about the Jesus Ferreira case, which is the police shooting case.
Yes, it was.
You represented Mr. Ferreira.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the facts of the case.
This was a series of unfortunate incidents, so to speak. Everything was done that you could do wrong in police procedures was done wrong here. The police have a confidential informant, a snitch. The snitch tells them that so-and-so is a drug dealer and is armed and dangerous.
Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro says he's open to having talks with the opposition with a view to resolving the country's political crisis. He was speaking at a meeting with diplomats and staff from consular missions and embassies in the U.S. who had been recalled to Caracas after Washington accepted opposition leader Juan Guaido's declaration that he is interim president.
Como le dije a los primeros ministros del Caribe, hablé con varios primeros ministros del Caribe hoy.
As I said to the Caribbean prime ministers today, they were in New York. They met with the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. I spoke with all of them at length during the afternoon. I spoke with Evo Morales, President of Bolivia. We are also establishing contact with governments who offer to mediate dialogue, and I told them I am ready once again in Venezuela or in Trinidad and Tobago or wherever to begin a round of conversations, dialogue, negotiations with all of the Venezuelan opposition when and where they want them.
In addition to discussions with United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres, yesterday CARICOM leaders held talks with the permanent representatives of Canada, Russia, the European Union and the African Union on the political situation in Venezuela. In a communique issued following the talks, the Caribbean leaders expressed grave concern over the untenable situation in the South American country. It stated that CARICOM is steadfast that the region must remain a zone of peace. The United States is leading a number of Western and Latin American countries in recognizing the Venezuelan opposition leader as interim president. But Russia, China and Cuba are among nations supporting President Maduro, who was sworn into office earlier this month for a second consecutive term as head of state following disputed elections last year. Meanwhile, the U.S. has imposed sweeping sanctions on Venezuela's state-owned oil firm aimed at pressuring Maduro to cede power to the opposition. Grenada's Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell says mediation is the only way to amicably solve Venezuela's political problems. And he warned that if there is no peaceful resolution, the situation could easily engulf the entire Caribbean with serious consequences for all countries in the region. Mitchell cautioned that, quote, if that situation in Venezuela is allowed to prevail, where the United States and other countries have taken one side and China and Russia haven't taken another side, and either side provides military and other forms of support without serious mediation, we can see it engulfing the region and all of us will pay a heavy price, end quote. The St. Vincent and the Grenadines Teachers Union and the Public Service Union will picket Parliament this afternoon to pressure government to address the long-standing concerns of public servants. The unions say that since January 2017, they've sought to meet with the government to discuss deplorable working conditions, appointments and promotions, pension reforms and salary increases. but those efforts have been futile, and they say their issues have gone unresolved for too long. They say the protest is also to highlight the failure to effect maintenance of work sites, resulting in less than favorable and or hazardous working conditions for occupants. The unions are demanding fair and reasonable treatment of workers and their representatives. In addition to today's protest, which is scheduled to begin at 3 o'clock, the unions say they will also be taking industrial action outside Parliament next Monday. Stay with us. Your Midday Sport is next.
Welcome to Funhouse Visual Media, Care Vision's new digital video production and corporate communication division, your one-stop shop for creative marketing solutions. Trust our experienced team to work with you to determine the best strategies to suit your goals and budget. Our aim is to tell your story using an innovative and meaningful approach, and to provide you with the best product conveying your company's message. Video adverts are the most effective method of advertising with the best return on investment. Partnering with Care Vision, your message will be seen on all of our international distribution platforms. Contact us at production@carevision.tv about our special production and advertising packages, and see how we can work for you. Care Vision and Funhouse Visual Media, your one-stop for creative marketing and advertising solutions.
West Indies have named an unchanged squad for the second test, starting at the Vivian Richards Cricket Stadium in Antigua on Thursday, following their shock demolition of England in the opening in Bridgetown last Saturday. But selectors have confirmed Jamaican fast bowler O'Shane Thomas as an official member of the squad. The 21-year-old travelled with the squad for the first test, acting as cover for seamer Azari Joseph. The West Indies have drawn both their tests against England at the Vivian Richards Cricket Stadium, the last coming in a tense affair 4 years ago when Jason Holder hit an unbeaten maiden 100. West Indies produced an astonishing display in the opening test at Kensington Oval to embarrass favourites England by 381 runs inside 4 days. The third test is set for the Aaron Sami Cricket Ground in St. Lucia from February 9th to the 13th. Still in cricket, all-rounder BISMAH Maroof will lead Pakistan in the upcoming limited over series against West Indies women starting Thursday in Karachi. The 27-year-old takes over from Javeria Khan, who skippered the side at the T20 World Cup in the Caribbean last November. BISMAH has scored 12 half-centuries, averaging 27 from 98 ODIs, and has taken 41 wickets with a leg spin. In 92 T20 internationals, she boasts a strike rate of 89 with 7 50s and has claimed 35 wickets. Pakistan will clash with the Windies in 3 T20 internationals before travelling to Dubai for 3 one-day internationals against the tourists from February 7th to the 11th. The captain was quoted as saying that they have a good side that has matured and blossomed in the past few months. BISMAH said she is certain they will put up strong performances across both formats. The tour follows one by the West Indies men's team last April when a weakened squad played 3 T20 internationals to mark the first series in Pakistan by a major cricket nation since the deadly attack on a Sri Lanka team bus back in 2009. That's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Good afternoon.